In today's video, we are going to talk about branding. So, if you explore the internet for the definition of branding, the simplest definition you are going to find is branding is your customer's perception or your customer's gut feeling about your product. So today we are going to discuss about branding in perspective of Amazon listing. I'm not talking about branding like for a giant brand or for a retail store. I'm talking more about a brand which is being originated from the Amazon platform. Definitely, it such kind of brand does have expansion plans, but then again, we are talking within the premises of Amazon. So there are three elements of branding. The first one is value, the second one is visuals, and the third one is voice. These three components make up the brand personality. And what we need to do is we need to again incorporate the learning, whatever learning we have done in the session number two. We need to incorporate that, or we need to put that in front of us while we are playing with these three components to create the brand personality, so we can make sure that our brand personality resonates with our ideal customer persona. So let's talk about the first component first. Let's talk about the values. Like we have discussed or like we have learned in the session number two, like I said to you in the session number two, that this is a kind of a boring part, but this is going to play its role, and in each and every component you observed how it played role in product development, you observed how it played role in the sourcing part, and now you are observing how it is playing role in the listing development and the branding component. Now, while we did the study of ideal customer persona, we did do the research about what our customer want, what are their desires, what things do they value in life, what are their goals in life, where do they hang around, what kind of people they are. I mean, what kind of emotions they have. Are they excited kids, or are they more calm and composed people interested? Like, let's say if you're talking about chess, your ICP is going to be calm and composed and someone having the thinking element. And if your ICP is kind of maybe anything related to teens, you can say toys or you can say maybe sports, then your ideal customer persona has emotions of excitement, passion, rebellious, such kind of people who are pretty excited and pretty youthful, such kind of stuff. So we are understanding more about our ideal customer persona here. What we need to do is we need to make sure we incorporate resonating values to our brand as well. So brand is not like a person you can see on the road walking and you can kind of describe that person. For example, that person had a beard and he's a macho man, and then again he was muscular. He had very well dressing, and he showed courage at this sport, and he showed generosity at this sport. You can't do that. Okay, so what are the ways to recognize a brand that is his product? But then again, you have seen there are maybe same t-shirt or same shirt, same pants, but still there are maybe dozens or even hundreds of brands which are selling same kind of stuff, but still they manage to have a distinctive image in the market. How they manage to do that? If product is the only way to identify or to recognize a brand, then products are more or less similar. For example, if you are selling a cell phone, and Samsung is also selling a cell phone, and iPhone is also selling a cell phone, eventually the product is a cell phone. Then how do the brands manage to make them isolated, or I would say a better word is make them stand out? What do they do? Basically, they depict, they show, they express their values. And based on the values, a customer, an ideal customer persona, a consumer makes an image of the brand in his mind. For example, I am sharing the content, or I am doing the activity, or I am kind of sharing the product, and all these three components, they are showing the value of youthfulness, of excitement, of passion, of the determination to do something. Now it's same like you and me are talking about a person, and we have not seen that person, and we don't know its name, his facial features and other history, but we know he's generous, and we know he's brave. And then in other case, we know, let's say if you're talking about chess players, he's calm, composed and wise. Let's say we are talking about something creative, we know that person is creative and expressive, he knows how to articulate. Let's say we are talking about maybe tech, we know that that particular person is tech geek and he is kind of, someone kind of resonating with the technical guys. So the point here is, if I'm showing the right values, if I'm showing the right emotions, if I'm depicting or expressing the emotions, the values, the attributes which resonate with my ideal customer persona, it will help me to make a place in the hearts or in the minds or in the thoughts of my ideal customer persona. For example, I am depicting an image of staying calm, staying in the house. My brand is showing this kind of picture, kind of focus on how you can articulate better, focus on how you can think before taking a decision. Now, okay, that's fine. That's a value. That's a appreciable value. That's all good. But then again, you are selling maybe footballs with this, or maybe you are selling some teen tools or teen toys for this, or maybe skateboard, like people who are excited and who are kind of expressive and extroverts, such kind of people use the skateboards and all that kind of stuff. But people or the consumer or the ICP won't be able to build a bond with you, they won't be able to build a connection with you. How would they be able to do that when they know the values they possess, the values they have, the brand is showing same values? Now the second question is how the brand is going to show the values. The brand is going to show the value from the product perspective. Like the product is designed from the mindset of someone who is expressive, who is extrovert, who shows valor, who shows courage, who shows excitement, who shows passion. So the product is designed by keeping these values in mind. Then again, the brand is communicating in their content, whatever content the brand is sharing in its advertising, the typography, the color theme, brand is keeping in mind those values, those emotions. Now what it's going to be is, people don't know who is behind the brand, or brand is not something a living being walking on the street or living on the island. Brand is something which people can get idea about through the values the brand communicate, through the content the brand communicate, and through the perspective of product, or the values which the brand has kept in mind while developing or designing the product, while developing the packaging, while developing the features, the key attributes of the product. People are going to identify brands from these elements. This is the way of expressing thing. You can't express it through your voice. I mean, directly, you do can definitely, but then again, more than the voice, or more than the human to human interaction, the more powerful interaction a brand has with its consumers, with its ideal customer persona, is with the help of the values it possesses, the values, the same values which it shows or depicts or express through its product, through its content, through its packaging, and through all kind of stuff. And then again, those values should resonate with your ideal customer persona, that satisfy the value part. And then again, in crop kar dijiyega dobara, clap. And then again, in addition to all this, if you categorize your consumers, you can categorize those into four types. First one is the enthusiast, second one is the early adopter, and then the third one is the common mass people, like who just follow the enthusiast, or who see or wait until a good number of people are utilizing the product, give feedback, and then they take the decision. And the fourth type of category is who never take the decision, or who is never going to adopt your product. So what you need to do is, we have discussed about it in the second session as well, but I'm going to emphasize about it again. We need to highlight, or we need to keep in mind the first portion, or the first category of consumer, which is enthusiast. For example, I'm not going to design the phone set, or the cell phone for a common people. I'm going to design that for the enthusiasts, for the tech savvy people, for those who give very much detailed attention to the cards, SSD card maybe, or whatever is the RAM, the memory, the camera megapixel, and then the features, this, that, etc., etc. Because those peoples are going to purchase your product based upon the development and all that stuff, and then the early adopters are going to follow them. And if the enthusiasts are happy, there are around 95% of chances the early adopters are going to be happy as well. And then the big chunk, around 50 to 60% of the chunk, which is the common mass, they are going to follow the enthusiasts. But if you're creating something for the common mass people who don't have strong opinion or strong choice or strong gut feeling to take action, I mean, they won't invest money after watching all of your features, etc. They are more like waiting for others to take the decision to try the product, they give them feedback, and then they are going to proceed with this thing. Those people are not going to have much value. Those people are not going to be the early adopters. So what you need to do is you need to keep in mind about the enthusiast. You need to keep their persona in mind. You need to study their values, and then you need to resonate your brand values with their values. So that is the right branding. That is basically the right branding which we need to do if we want to make sure that we can build a bond, we can build a connection with our customers. There are some additional values in addition to whatever I have discussed in the last 5-10 minutes. Some additional general values which, if you being a brand adopt, that's definitely going to benefit your brand, and that's definitely going to help you out in creating a bonding with your ideal customer persona. So the first value is asking for feedbacks, asking for input. Definitely for the first product, or when the product is at the development stage and you're going to launch your first product, then you can take public feedback, opinion, surveys without disclosing your brand identity. But once you have launched your brand, you can again do the surveys, you can again engage with people to talk about the feedback, the inputs, how you can improve your brand. And that's a good value to consider, and that's something which kind of make people feel connected with the brand. So the second value is allowing people to dictate or to influence the product design. By this way, the people get an idea that they have the contribution in developing the product at whatever stage it is right now, and it gives them the sense of ownership. So the word of mouth element, or the element of sharing your product with people, that gets common, and that kind of helps people to adopt your product. So the third value is provide a great customer support and customer service to the people, so they know the brand is actively willing to communicate with them, to listen to them, and to improve their performance according to the customer's feedback. So that's it for the value component. And if I summarize the workflow again, that's going to be, you need to identify the enthusiast for your product. I mean, what is the character attributes, what is the type of personality of your ideal customer persona? Are they excited, super crazy, extrovert, outspoken people? Are they if you have observed some kind of singers or pop singers, you would have seen their wearing, their dressing, and their style of talking. That is very different, and that is different, that kind of resonates with those kind of people who listen to those pop singers. I mean, who have that kind of passion or enthusiasm to listen to that kind of people. So those singers modify their personality or upgrade their personality, or maybe they already belong to that community. So those kind of people resonate well, or kind of successfully make a bond well with their listeners, with their consumers, with their customers, and that helps them a lot. In the same way, you need to identify the personality type of your ideal customer persona, like those who are enthusiastic, those who are passionate enough, those who are decision maker, those who are early adopters, those who take the decisions or the steps early on as compared to the common mass people. So you need to pick up their values, and you need to keep these values in mind while developing the product, while creating the content, while sharing the content, while taking decisions for the brand, because that is eventually going to show to them what values you as a brand possess. And if these values sync up or kind of resonate with them, then they are going to make a bond with this brand. So that's the basically strategy regarding the values part. Now let's discuss about the visuals. And in the visuals, there are two components basically. The first one is typography, and the second one is color part. So this data is more about what brand specialists talk about regarding the typography, regarding the color, and this data is particularly specified regarding the Western culture. If you kind of are going to apply that to the Asian culture, maybe to the Chinese tradition or to the Russian culture, then maybe these colors or these typographies won't fit true, won't fit good. This data is according to the brand specialist in the Western culture. So if you are launching or planning to launch the products in the European market and then in the USA market, even at the Australian side, then definitely this data is going to be helpful for you. But same data, same kind of colors or font interpretation can be different in other cultures. With this, let me share the screen, and I hope you can see the image here. Okay, so here is the typography, and these are the font names. Serif. Serif font name belongs to or resonates to traditional, classical, reliable, respectable, and age-long class. So it's more about that part. The sans serif, these are more likely paid fonts, and you can simply Google these fonts to purchase these. If you, or you can even ask your designer, your logo designer, to get these typographies. And if you think your branding does resonate with maybe minimal, clean, modern, or direct, so you can ask your logo designer to type your brand name, brand logo in sans serif type or typography or font type. So they're going to arrange that, and you can always compare. And it's not hard and fast rule. Like for example, if you are not a confident, tough, and bold guy, still, or your branding does not need to carry these values, still you can use the slab serif typography. There's no hard and fast rule, but still more likely things do fall under these fonts, or these are some guidelines from the brand specialist. You can take it, you can check if it suits, if it resonates. If yes, then you can adopt those. If no, then you can do what you like to do. There's no hard and fast rule regarding the typography particularly. So the third font is script, and which is for unique, elegant, and special types. And the handwritten font style, that is for informal, for playful, for approachable people or brands, for fun part, brands which are related to fun. And for the decorative typography, it is more regarding the dramatic, the diverse, and memorable type of brands. And for the slab serif, that is more regarding the confident, the tough, and the bold part. So if we see the colors now, this color interpretation is according to the Western culture. So if you see the red color, that is for heat, energy, passion, love, appetite to do something, appetite to achieve something. You can say Mountain Dew, this product or this drink is for those, I mean the brand want to do branding or marketing for those who have the appetite to achieve something, the excited, courageous people. Then definitely the red color may resonate with that part. Those who want to stand out, then the orange color is more for youthful, for creative, for vitality, vibrancy, fun, or quirky kind of people or brands. The yellow color is more for happy, cheerful, optimistic, warm people, organic, natural, healthy, sunny. The green color is more regarding to related to nature. For example, the natural products, the products related to growth, stability, prosperity, wealth, balance, eco. And the blue color is more about reliability, trust, intelligence, strength. I mean, if your ideal customer persona, you want to target such kind of enthusiasts who are smart people, who do have strength. Or your branding is more regarding trust, that can be some financial services, or that can be any product related to finances, or maybe locker, such kind of stuff, then you can use that blue touch. Professionalism is also related to the blue color. Then for the purple color, royal, luxury, mystery, spirituality, imagination, creativity. These are related to this color. And for the pink color, romance, sensitivity, femininity. We all know, like even if we are preaching about awareness about the breast cancer, pink ribbon is used. Red ribbon or blue ribbon is not used. So these things do resonate with the interpretations. The approachability, sweet, and who can stand out. And then the brown color is for honesty, wholesome, warm, dependable, friendly, and natural. And the black, white, or gray color is more for elegant, powerful, sophisticated, neutral, minimalistic. Minimalistic is a good point here. Professional, formal, luxurious, conventional, and simple kind of brands. So you can see what kind of values your ICP possess, and you can give preference to those kind of colors. So here I mentioned this according to Western culture. This is other cultures have different meaning to different colors. For example, in China, red color is money and luck, while in USA for money and luck is the green color. You can see growth, stability, wealth, prosperity. So in USA, it's more related to green color, while in China, in Chinese culture, it's more related to red color. So after reading all this, here is the color emotion guideline. Let me squeeze it. Okay, so if we start from the lower end, balance, you can see Apple, Calm, Compose, Wikipedia, Honda, Puma, Nike. And then for peaceful, there's no hard and fast rule to be honest, but this is something which is being shared by the brand specialist, and this is what is kept in mind or given preference to while defining the color and the font of the brand name. So you are not kind of that expert who charge around 30, 40, $50,000 for only defining the brand logo and color. So it's totally fine, but having these guidelines in mind will help you to be close to what is being commonly practicing in the market. So the peaceful and growth, you can see Whole Food, Animal Planet, Nature, Tropicana, Spotify, more about Natural Talk, and then other kind of brands. Trust, dependable, strength. Dell has branded themselves as someone or which can be trusted, which can be depending upon. You can depend upon Flickr, JP Morgan, financial kind of stuff, Twitter, the trust and the privacy, and you can't do the fake ID stuff like you can do on Instagram or Facebook. Twitter do have the verified option. So you can see that these concepts can resonate a bit. HP, Oreo, NASA, WordPress, IBM, Walmart as a trust, it resonates. Pfizer as a trust, this company, pharmaceutical company, do resonate. Vimeo, then creative, imaginative wise, you can see the Barbie, Yahoo, Orkut, Welsh, Cadbury as the creative part. The excitement for the youthful and bold. You can see Coca-Cola. I mean, they are depicting themselves for the excited people. The Virgin brand, CNN, um, Toyota, and then Lay's and Fruitlay. And you can also see Fanta is being colored as the friendly, cheerful confidence. And Coca-Cola, even though they are from the same company, but Coca-Cola is being branded under the youthful, bold, and excitement. And Fanta is being branded under the friendly, cheerful, such kind of stuff. Amazon is also using the color. It's using both color basically, the balance option here as well, but here the orange color is also showing the friendliness. And then this optimism, Subway, if you're optimistic to lose your weight, maybe Shell and DHL and IKEA and other such kind of brand, Ferrari, McDonald's, such brands. So these are some guidelines for the market which can definitely help you out in defining the font and the color for your brand name. And then the third and the last component is voice. it's more than the voice. It's more about talking in their language, talking in their terms. For example, I belong to the medical community. I've done MBBS. So in that case, if someone wants to build a connection with my kind of people, they need to talk about bacterias and maybe nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and maybe physiology and cornea of eye, and then LFT, RFT, such kind of terms. And if they want to build a relationship with e-commerce sellers, then the wording should be more around, or the sentence or the post or the content should be more about tacos and customers and the challenges of e-commerce. I mean, such kind of terms. There are some jargons of each and every field. So the third component is more about talking in the same language, talking the jargon of that field. If you're talking about engineering, then maybe algebra, alpha, beta, theta, any such kind of keywords, those can resonate with those engineers. Similarly, there would be the nomenclature of all the elements can resonate with the chemist. And then for the physicist, it's going to be about energy, motion, inertia, such kind of keywords. So there are jargons of each and every field. And the third component is when you convey the message, or when you communicate, or when you share content, or when you even design something, you need to keep in mind those jargons, those language. You need to speak that language. That will help the customers to feel like they are being attracted, to feel like that they need to create a bond with this brand, and this brand is being managed by someone who belongs to that community. So that's an important part here, and that's the third component. And this is all for the branding video. I'll see you soon in the next one. Till then, goodbye.